Hey everybody, it's Nikki here with Delicate Tension Tarot. Welcome back if you're someone who has subscribed and been following me through this whole awesome journey of starting a channel. I cannot thank you enough. It's been a really amazing thing, if I'm going to be honest. I feel like the last few days leading up to this new moon in Taurus, which is today is the 22nd, it's going to be falling between the 22nd and the 23rd of April. I feel so thankful for all of the support that has found me during this time. Kind of like the interesting little blessings that have shown up to support the concept of me continuing to do this. I've got new camera equipment on the way. A beautiful friend of mine has donated me a laptop that is like pretty much brand new with a tetrabyte of memory on it, so it's just super thankful. And my unemployment card got here today that I've been waiting for a month, so it's just, yeah, today feels like a super good day. So I figured I would go ahead and start using that really awesome energy to start channeling readings for the month of May. I'm still going to continue doing 2 weeks at a time. Part of me was like thinking about doing it weekly, and maybe I will. Maybe what I'll do is I'll start doing weeklies for overall maybe like energetic focus based on the element. So earth, air, fire, water. Instead of doing like individual by sign. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you want. Really, I would love to know what people are wanting. And I know that most of the time these readings end up being about love, but I really do try to hit both key points. And if I'm going to be particularly honest, most of the time the things that people focus on the most is love. But I do enjoy talking about career. I do enjoy talking about healing. Healing is probably one of my favorite aspects of using the tarot. I like the therapeutic aspect of it. If you want to know whether or not he's the one, don't contact me. If I'm going to be particularly honest. I mean, I can tell you, right? I can talk to you about it, but really I want to know, or not want to know, but really what I want to help you figure out is if he is, why, and if he's not, why, and what you can do to help fix that. I've got this really beautiful, lovely, I think it's Mongolian quartz. It's really crazy looking. It looks like it's chloride infused because it is green under the light, and then it has spessartine growing on it, and it looks like a little bit of epidote as well. So yeah, really great for manifestation if you're interested in looking that up and kind of digging into it. But I just brought this little baby back from my house to where I'm staying right now. So yeah, I'm going to quit rambling on and get started on your reading. This will be a reading for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or if you just have a lot of Pisces placements in your chart. To figure that out, you can go to cafeastrology.com, or you can download the CoStar app and it'll actually break down your entire chart for you, as well as give you daily horoscopes and strengths and weaknesses for the day on what your focus needs to be based on your specific chart, not your sun sign. Yeah, let's do it. Hope you guys are doing well. You guys might be thinking about a particular individual right now, considering the cards that I just saw when I split the deck. The Ace of Wands was there and the Queen of Wands, so it may be a fire sign individual. Whatever it is, I think you're starting to have an exploration of feelings. But we'll see what comes up, right? That could also be your creativity being totally just ignited within you. You could really be working on your passions as well as at this time. There might be a softening that you're experiencing within the self. Maybe you're feeling more open. Maybe you're feeling more active. Maybe you're feeling more proactive into really chasing after the things that you care about and that really set your soul on fire. Some of you could also be dealing with a water sign female who might be a little bit how do I put it? Maybe emotionally all over the place right now. I feel like with how stable you're feeling, I don't know if that's really what you need to be dealing with, because that can have the tendency to bring your energy back down as another water sign, especially with how open and empathic you guys can often be. You guys have a lot of feelings, so when you're dealing with somebody else who also has a lot of really overwhelming feelings, it kind of drowns you as well. That's why you guys are usually really good with a more stable sign that, you know, really understands the path that they're going down, and they know how to communicate, and they know, you know, what stability is and how to fix problems instead of really dwelling on them. So let's see here. That's all subjective too, right? Depending on what kind of placements you have. What's going on with Pisces here? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for May 1st through the 15th. What's going on for Pisces here for May 1st through the 15th? That's a lot of cards. So we've got the Knight of Cups, the High Priestess, secrets, many secrets. Also following your intuition at this time, and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. You might be removing yourself from a situation where you were working with somebody. This could be that water sign individual that I was discussing. But really, I think that right now it's about following your heart into unknown territory. And I think it's about working on things that, I'm not going to say you can't have other people help you, but this feels like a solitary project, right? It feels like something that is specifically just for you. And it's for something that you care about very deeply. And I just don't think that whatever it is that you're doing, it involves or requires teamwork. So it could be artistry, which is something that's very good for your sign in order to process your feelings and emotions. It really helps calm you guys down. It could be a solo musician. It literally just could be taking care of yourself at this time too. What's blocking Pisces here? So we have the Devil in reverse. We have the Six of Cups. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. So considering this is the second time you've gotten 3 cards, you might be dealing with 3 different people, or just 3 people within a situation. If not that, this could just be a multi-layered situation where there's 3 specific things that you're focusing on at this time. With the Devil in reverse in your block and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse in your block as well, and the Six of Cups, I feel like there's some interesting issues coming up around family right now. If not that, it could literally be, if you have children, it could be children. If you have really deep soul connections or bonds to other people, it could be that as well. But I feel like for your block, it's almost like you should be focusing on overcoming any sort of limitations that have been with you since childhood. If, you know, if you have any wounds coming up this time or emotions that need to be addressed, I suggest actually addressing them and not doing this thing where you place everything on hold to escape through fantasy, because there's this you guys can kind of be prone to that energy as well sometimes, especially when it feels like it's too much. You just want to escape. You kind of want to have that out-of-body experience where you're not as in touch with the way that you feel. So yeah, work and explore through that. I think you're actually going to need to in order to go in the direction that you're wanting to go in. You're going to really have to be committed to your healing and your spirituality right now, whatever that means for you. It doesn't mean you have to go to an ashram. It doesn't mean you have to do meditation. It doesn't mean that you have to necessarily believe in anything. When it's, I feel like when I talk about spirituality, especially from the fact that really I've kind of constantly navigated through multiple types of things and trying to figure out what it is that I believe. And still, I feel like I'm trying to figure that out to this day. I mean, I believe that there's something more, something that's quite unexplainable. But I also think I try to allow the freedom for that to be shown to me in time. I like to keep it open, right? Because anything really is possible. What's happening in the subconscious here? 8 of Swords. So you might be feeling kind of restricted or trapped. A lot of times this can just be anxiety. You could be feeling a lot of anxiety right now, especially if there is some uncomfortable feelings coming to the surface. You could feel trapped. You could also feel trapped by the water sign individual that I was discussing because of the way that they're acting or feeling, or what they're pushing onto you. Especially now that you've kind of gotten to a point in which you're stable, it's throwing you off kilter. Let's see what happened in the recent past here. So we have the Artist, 2 of Cups in reverse, and the 2 of Swords in reverse. In the past, I feel like you did break away from a relationship, so this could have been a reintroduction of a relationship back into your life with what you're dealing with now. I feel like you were trying to break away in order to discover what it is that you wanted to create within your reality. It's almost like you keep getting distracted by other things and you're not focusing on what it is that you need to do for yourself. And it's almost too like, maybe you're realizing that, right? Like maybe there's this realization that right now it is kind of time for you to go on your own journey and not necessarily be attached to anything other than what you want for your outcome. Because the artist really is a card about, I mean, literally being a creative, so being an artist, but it's also kind of drawing the blueprint for the life that you want. And what are you going to do to facilitate that and to pull that into your reality? Let's see what's happening in the higher self sector. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do clarifiers because I feel like I've talked way too fucking much so far. So just bear with me on that. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Emperor. So this could be you, right? This could also be the other person that you were dealing with because we do have the Three of Pentacles in the reverse here. You could be attached to somebody who isn't as financially secure as they would like to be. And I think you're trying to figure it out, especially with the Emperor there. You're trying to do the right thing. You're trying to be more responsible in your life. You're trying to really show up in ways that you haven't shown up before. But I also think that it's like, this is a card usually associated with Aries. So you might want to check your chart and see if you have Aries in your North Node. When we have Aries in our North Node, it's about becoming a leader. And it's about becoming this person who isn't codependent on other people, places, or things. So really this is about finding yourself. And I think with this Nine of Pentacles in reverse energy, it's almost like, how the fuck can you take care of somebody else if you can't even take care of your own business? And really that's what this looks like, is it's almost like you need to make a choice here on what it is that you're wanting to do. Are you wanting to constantly feel like you're having to support somebody else? Or are you going to start supporting yourself? Realistically, you need to be linked to other people who can also support themselves, because in that there's this mutual respect and understanding of saying, hey, I've got my shit, you've got your shit, like let's support each other in what we're doing and kind of hold each other up. And really almost like hold each other accountable, not necessarily be codependent and like needing positive affirmation from one another. Let's see what's happening in your near future here. We have Temperance. So I definitely think you're coming into balance here. Yeah, Two of Wands. And then we have Justice. I feel like the more that you continue doing the right thing, the more that you're going to see how the path that you're wanting to go down will kind of unfold right before your eyes. And if you choose to not do that, please trust me when I say that karma and justice will come in and do it for you. I kind of feel like in the last reading that I did for you guys, I talked a lot about being careful because the Tower was kind of looming all around you. And it was this thing of, look, you can either do what you need to be doing for yourself, or you can keep living the way that you have been living, and you're gonna get dealt another blow. And I'm really hoping that that doesn't happen here, or that it hasn't happened. So yeah, just continue balancing yourself out. It's almost like go ahead and pick a path. You might also be going back to another path. That was also something that came up, I feel like, in your last reading, especially with the Two of Wands there. Let's see what's happening emotionally for you. We have the Page of Wands, so you might be looking in on something or someone. Six of Swords, possibly seeing if they've moved on. Seven of Cups, maybe feeling like you're uncertain of what's happening or what's going on right now, because that is a card of confusion. And the Empress. So emotionally, you are looking at someone who you value very much. This could always be a mother figure, but it also can be the type of woman that it is you desire, or person. It could be a very feminine male. But basically it's this thing of like, how do I get to where that person is gone? How do I achieve that level of security? How do I create in that way? What can I do that'll make me and my life more self-sustaining? But also here there's this issue of needing to converse, needing to talk. Emotionally, I do think there are things that you want to say, but you're still kind of unsure of what your emotions are, especially with the Seven of Cups. But with the Page of Swords and Six of Swords here, it's almost like this necessity to get out of your own way, especially when it comes to your mind. Like, I think you spend a lot of time detaching from certain things in order to get a higher perspective, which is good. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's an awesome thing. But at the same time, I feel like sometimes you stay in that place for so long that things pass you by. Let's see what's happening around you. So we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. We have the King of Wands in reverse. And we have the Knight of Swords. There could be a lot of stress taking place around you, whether it's in other people's lives that are connected to you somehow. There could be stressful situations within the family aspect around you. This could also simply be somebody who either has cut off communication and stopped taking any action. But whatever it is, there's a lot of stress happening either to people around you, or somehow there's stress that's starting to bleed into your life due to external circumstances or influences. You could also be worried about somebody's health as well at this time, especially if communication has stopped. Let's see what's happening in the hopes and fears sector here. You have Page of Pentacles in reverse. You might be fearful that whatever it is that you're working on, or whatever this opportunity is that lies ahead of you, is a bit unattainable. Let's see what the far-reaching outcome and advice is here. Okay. We have the Hanged Man. That is a perfect Piscean card. We have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have the King of Swords in reverse. And I'm going to pull one more. Three of Swords. I think you know what you need to do. The only way out is through. There is this feeling here of, if you started noticing changes in your life, like maybe life started getting better once you sort of detach from something, pay attention to what happens to your life when you reintroduce certain things into your life. Because there's a need for you to observe. Observe what's going on within you. Observe what's going on outside of you. Observing people. But also there's this thing of like, you're the only one who can do this for yourself. Nobody can do this for you. If you are someone who has been involved in a situation that does involve a third party or an external influence or other person, I do think that there's going to be a painful choice that has to be made. But I think it's for the best, because I feel like it's time for you to heal from certain things. And maybe there was something about this experience that mirrors a prior experience that you went through. So it's brought up a lot of fear or a lot of hurt for you. I also just think, period, there's some grieving that needs to happen here. Kind of want to clarify this Three of Swords energy. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. There's definitely a need to remove yourself from a situation. Especially if you're not getting much out of what you're putting in. So let's pull some oracle cards real quick. We have the Forest. The only way out is through. And then we have the Farmer. You definitely need to be tending to what you're building right now. And we have Vomit. There is a need to release, purge, or remove something from your environment. I think you're going to have a lot to say soon. I think there's going to be a lot of communication happening here. Especially once you get out of this energy of feeling trapped within a situation. I feel like there's a lot of communication coming after that. Okay. All right, Pisces. Good reading. once again, I hope this finds you well. If this did resonate with you, please like, share, subscribe, or comment down below. In my description box, I have launched my new website, so if you'd like to book a private reading with me there, you can do so. There's 3 specific options you can choose from. What else did I want to say? Also, link to my Instagram if you want to follow me there for daily card pulls and other little things that I post. I usually have a weekly pick-a-pile reading, and now I've started doing tarot tips, which hopefully I can start shifting into doing recordings of them and having a little segment on that. So yeah, everybody take care of yourselves out there, and I will see you next time.